What kinds of situations make a mandamus lawsuit more complicated or maybe less effective for
So it can become a little bit more complicated when we're dealing with certain petitions or with ever changing processing times. So, in some jurisdictions, obtaining a bona fide determination, for example, for a U visa is a discretionary decision. Therefore, mandamus can be denied. There are certain districts where the judge will say, this is a discretionary decision. I can't force the agency to do anything. Also, another thing that can make things a little bit more complicated is if processing times have gone up for whatever reason and there's no statutory rule that defines how long a particular petition can take. So it becomes harder to argue that your case is outside of the processing times. And I know this is specifically something that we're dealing with a lot, for example, for DACA renewals and EAD. With DACA, again, that goes back to the whole discretionary thing. So there's a little bit of a gray line there. At least how I understand it. But work permits, you can have a little bit more of a leeway with that to make some arguments. But again, those are taking a very long time now. So, something that could potentially take 5 months and now you're at 7 and you could say, hey, it's supposed to be 5 months. Now the processing times can be 8 months. And so now you do have to wait. So changing processing times can also make things a little tricky.